right, guys, let's go ahead and get up into these Thursday night football games. Now, I just want to apologize to everybody right up front. I'm going to sound a little bit different. I don't have my mic. I don't have my studio set up. I'm hoping for the next video that I put out, my studio will be up and going. Right now, I'm recording this on a laptop with a laptop microphone, but I wanted to get you guys out some information, so we're going to rock it out. Let's go ahead and start off with quarterbacks. We got Derek Carr, and what I'm going to say is Baker Mayfield, since the Rams went ahead and signed Baker Mayfield. John Wolford got the start last week. The week before that, Bryce Perkins. It doesn't matter. I think all these guys are really much doo-doo birds, and it's not going to be much of it, but let's dive a little bit deeper. Talking about Derek Carr first, going against a Rams defense who's about the middle of the pack as far as the pass defense goes against quarterbacks. Derek Carr should have a nice game, especially because they're not that good against the wide receiver as well. So it could be a good game for Derek Carr. I see him throwing the ball all over the field, and the Rams aren't going to be able to really keep up with the Raiders here. On the other side, I've got Baker Mayfield listed as the starter because there's no way, even with them just starting Baker Mayfield, that I don't think he starts over John Wolford or Bryce Perkins. The Raiders are giving up the second most points allowed to opposing quarterbacks, but there's no way that I can say I recommend starting this guy. This may be the playoffs in some people's leagues. It could be the week before the playoffs where you're a win and in situation, and there's no way you're going to rest your whole season on Baker Mayfield, John Wolford, or Bryce Perkins. I would have Derek Carr as a start and Baker Mayfield as a sit. Now let's go over the running backs here. Starting off first with the Raiders, we have Josh Jacobs, who's really starting to come along. He's starting to play a lot better. There was even rumors early on in the season that he would be gone after the season. They were going to start phasing him out. But he's going against a Rams defense who's given up the sixth least points to opposing running backs. So he's not going to have a very easy game this week. I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble, a lot of situations where he may not be able to get the carries that he wants to. And then we look on the other side. We have Cam Akers and Kyren Williams. Now, Cam Akers, they saw his final days are here. He's going to be going somewhere else, and it's going to be Kyren Williams' show. Well, last week, Cam Akers had 16 or 17 attempts last week, and he was the main man. Matthew Stafford's out, all the receivers, Allen Robinson, Cooper Kupp's out. It's the Cam Akers show right now, and it's going to be Cam Akers' show, especially with John Wolford, Bryce Perkins, or Baker Mayfield at the helm. So Cam Akers definitely going against a Raiders defense giving up the fifth most points to opposing running backs, and I really like him this week. Even though that the Rams are giving up the sixth least points to opposing running backs, I'm going to say start Josh Jacobs because I believe they're going to have a big lead. And I'm going to say start Cam Akers and sit Kyren Williams. Now let's go over and go into the wide receiver position here. Starting first off with the Raiders, we have Davante Adams and Mack Hollins are the two guys you really want to focus on. Going against the Rams defense, giving up the seventh most points to opposing wide receivers. I think it's going to be a nice game for Derek Carr and these guys. I have Davante Adams as a start and Mack Hollins as a start. Let's go over on the other side here. We're talking about the Rams wide receivers. The guys you may want to think about: Tutu Atwell, Van Jefferson, Brandon Powell, going against the Raiders defense who's giving up the 13th most points to opposing wide receivers. But even with them being slightly above better middle of the pack, I don't trust the quarterback play here. There could be a long bomb if you want to throw maybe Van Jefferson as a punt play or somewhere. I hate even telling you guys to start Van Jefferson or Tutu Atwell, but if you guys are in a desperate situation into your flex position and you have nobody else, Tutu Atwell or Van Jefferson could get a deep bomb maybe from Baker Mayfield, and you could go that way. But as of right now, I'm going to say Tutu Atwell's a sit, Van Jefferson's a sit, and Brandon Powell is a sit. Last but not least, let's go ahead and go over this tight end position. Starting off first with the Raiders, we have Foster Moreau going against a Rams defense, giving up the 13th most points to opposing tight ends. I just don't think that they really utilize the tight end enough for the Raiders offense to really justify him being a good target for you this week, especially if you're looking to get into the playoffs. And on the other side with the Rams, we have Tyler Higbee going against the Raiders defense, giving up the sixth most points to opposing tight ends. Again, I think Tyler Higbee is a good tight end, and just his situation sucks. So right now I have Foster Moreau as a sit and Tyler Higbee as a sit.